last minute because a lot of our vice chancellors have to travel back to Lahore, and that's why we have to rush for that and quickly wrap it up. So thank you very much, and I'm going to add you into the vice chancellors group, and I'm sure everybody's going to have an access to reach to you, and we'll be taking advice from you. हम पहले आएंगे इंशाल्लाह. We'll try our best. So sir, Honorable Chancellor assigned us a task to formulate the consortiums, and there has been a marathon because there was the name suggested for this conference was a hackathon. It was a true hackathon, and I'm very thankful to our worthy vice chancellors because they've been very patient and been doing a lot of hard work during each and every session. There were very intensive debate and dialogue, and I'm glad that to announce that all of them have been able to make their own list of these consortia, and they'll be working closely together. And I leave it to Chairman PHEC Sahab, Shahid Manish Sahab, to announce that consortium. And just want to quickly go through those 7 themes on which the 3-day conference was called on. And they are the one basically the governance and the finance, challenges in sharing and good practices, and where the speakers discussed the role of and the need for effective governance and finance. Participants highlighted the need for the teacher training, production, more PhDs, and the development of a standards curriculum. Continued review of the curriculum is essential in order to line it up with the industrial needs, and most of all, the academic freedom, which is required in the universities. So that's where, sir, we'd like to have your support on that. What university feel that they are capable of keeping in view their inherent strength, they should be given some sort of a freedom in order to develop that ecosystem which is required to be built in the academia or university. The other issue was obviously the climate change and the current flood scenario, keeping in view that scenario, and all the futuristic approaches have been basically discussed in terms of different diseases, in terms of food security issues and the impact on our ordinary life and its health, and how the different medical universities and general universities can collaborate together on that, and specifically the agricultural universities in terms of food security, how they can work together and engage general universities in order to make a complete network in the Punjab, where the universities actually are not involved in they are not called the agricultural or livestock universities, but they do have the faculties there, and they can be strengthened through these major universities and those small universities like the mountain agriculture, precision agriculture was talked this morning, and this is an area where we need to work together, and those bigger universities will support us in that regard as well. So that's the consortium on food security and climate change. Basically, we'll work together on that. And obviously, there's already a group working in this, so we'll all support that group. So that we are not going to reinvent the wheel there. Atal Mehboob Sahab will lead that group on. And entrepreneurship is another area we will try to gather the universities and as well the industrial people and the people from the incubation center. So they will work closely together, from where basically Rajas have also belonged to that incubation center one way or other way. So that will be also included, and they will also help us in terms of developing a proper incubation center in the universities as well. So that's a major agenda of bringing Praveen Abasi Sahab on board as well. And then obviously the character building is another area, and we had a wonderful session on that. And Professor Nisa is around here, and then we have Ms. Arpa Saida Zahra, and that's an area where people will work on together in order to not only the employable skills, but the skills which are required to be a compassionate citizen, be empathetic people with a full humanistic approach, and not the purely entrepreneurial mind is not purely required in this country. We also get a khairun nas min yanfa'un nas, somebody who can distribute khair among others as well and take care of other people. So that's the kind of a citizen we need to develop. So it's a complete or a holistic package. The campus should be a complete life. They should be offering them overall personality attributes should be, and the leadership qualities obviously is one of them, and nothing better than Islam can teach the leadership qualities. So that's something which will, and Anisa has kindly offered that program as well, and he's going to basically mention about on a Friday, they do offer this program from 8:30 to 4:30, and every university can basically online can have an access and get involved in that program as well. So I'll share details with you as well as soon as Anisa will share that. And obviously the drugs and narcotics is a major agenda, and that group has already been formulated as well in order to deal with this manage women empowerment was this morning. It was a very fruitful session, and Dr. Bushra Mirza is leading that group as well. So the groups will be announced shortly after my talk. And the promoting technologies, so we had a parallel session on these 4 technologies: food security, energy and health, and obviously education. STEM education was the last one, which is, I think, the most important session was the STEM, because that's the building block. If we want to engage our students in science in order to give us science intensive solutions, then we have to work right from the schools and colleges. And we need to build our own tools and manuals and kits in order to train them effectively rather than imported material is being used. And that's why the import bill is quite high on those items. And we take those skills and we teach those skills towards the PhD first year or towards the MS, last year the MS. And that too not in the university campus, but we send our students outside the campus. So let's discourage that trend and develop a kind of a environment in the universities where we can basically independently associate with the students in a way that we impart actual education in a hard way, in an experiential way. We teach them by showing them that this science is the science of future. Biotechnology, if is the science of the future, then we have to demonstrate that. So we can attract their attention and bring our cream in this area rather than, because we lose our cream towards medical engineering. And that's not going to change our, basically, the future. The future is in IT, biotechnologies. Obviously, these are the very important areas in order to make a healthy population, which is essential. But the world, we have seen throughout the experience that these are the technologies where we need to bring our students and ensure that this is the future and this is the way forward. And that can only be done by making the science exciting for them in order to attract them. So with these words, sir, thank you very much for being with us. And if you want to invite to share, sir.